Photographers have been practicing street photography for decades now, and there's always been a question of ethics surrounding the practice of photographing people in the streets. I think in recent years, with concerns for privacy, the ethics of street photography have been coming more into question. So the first thing I'll touch on in regards to the ethics of street photography is the law. Like, is it legal? And I think most street photographers probably know that the law is on the side of the street photographer. And whether that's enforced properly or not is a different discussion. If you're out in public, you don't have an expectation of privacy, and people can take photos of you in public places. While I don't agree with all of the laws of my home country of the United States, I believe that this is one that we got correct, and it's something that falls under freedom of speech laws. This law allows our country to at least have a modicum of a free press. And so it's not just a street photography issue. If this law was changed, this would affect journalism and photojournalism. So when I'm talking about the law in regards to street photography, I'm talking about the law in the United States, and other countries have different laws surrounding this, but most countries have similar laws and allow for, street photography and documenting people in public places. So we've established that street photography is legal, but is it ethical? So I believe that street photography is ethical, and I'll give a few reasons why. So reason number one, it's not harming anyone. Taking a photo of someone in a public place does not cause them any harm other than, maybe like embarrassment or something. It's just not an issue. Like, it's taking a photograph. You're not hurting someone physically. You're not assaulting them or anything. Like, it's just recording a moment in time. So reason number two that I believe street photography is ethical is simply because it provides value to society. So when I think back on all of the street photographers that, going back to Henri Cartier-Bresson and seeing all of like the beautiful work that they did that simply documented society, like showed what it was like to live in a certain period of time, or what it looked like how the people dressed or acted, or what they did, for fun, just like how they lived their lives. I think this is like deeply interesting and something that we as a society can learn from. So the third reason I'll give here is that it's an art form, and I think that everyone benefits from art. I enjoy looking at street photography. A lot of other people do. A lot of other people get a lot out of it. I think they provide a ton of value, like in every form that they come in prints, books, and having street photography featured in museums, I think is a great thing. So with all this said, I think doing street photography in certain ways could be unethical. Like if you're exploiting the homeless or something. I don't necessarily 100% believe that you shouldn't photograph the homeless, but it's a subject that I don't really photograph. But I do think that there could be some value there in showing how we treat certain people in our society poorly. But for the most part, I avoid subjects like that because I think it can be exploitative. And if you're not doing it from a place of respect, I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. So I think there are some exceptions when it comes to the ethics of street photography. And yeah, I definitely think that you could do it in an exploitative way that wouldn't really put the best foot forward of the genre. And I guess nothing is inherently ethical or not, but for the most part, I think most street photographers are simply trying to document what they see around them and also create art. So just another thought on the homeless and photographing them. Like this is one situation where I think it can be better to ask for permission to like feature them in a photo. Partly because like the situation of homeless people is often fluid. It's not like they're permanently homeless. Oftentimes they're in and out of homelessness, and they could have gotten there. They're just like you and me. Like they could have gotten into that situation because they got sick or injured or something. And a lot of us, I think, are closer to homelessness than we want to believe. And I say this because I think that potentially including someone who's homeless in a photo could, have negative repercussions for them in the future, with them trying to like get back on the job market or whatever. There's like a slim chance of this like having an effect on their lives, I think. But I think it's just better to be on the side of caution in regards to this subject. So the last thing I'll touch on is street photography etiquette. Like I think just like being a decent person is a good idea. Like when you're out doing street photography, like there's no need to be a dick. Like if someone has ever asked me to delete a photo, like I'll happily do it. It's fine. One single photo is not gonna like make or break my portfolio. So I think it comes down to respect and just showing people like the level of respect that you would want. While I think it's good to know the law in regards to street photography and, basically knowing that the law is on your side, I don't think you need to or should flaunt it to anyone on the street. I just don't think that's doing you any favors. So those are my thoughts on the ethics of street photography. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.